Hi guys, welcome to another video. So I'm making this video because in the last video I did, okay, not the last video, the video before the last video where I talked about paying the balance of my school fees, why I finally paid the balance of my school fees. I got a lot of inquiries both on TikTok, both on YouTube. Everybody has been asking, how did you do it? How did you do it? I'm coming in September, or I'm already here in September. How would I be able to pay the balance of my school fees by working 20 hours? What is your trick? What are some of your tips? Basically, how did you do it? So I got, if I got a pound for the number of times I had this question, like, I'll be so rich by now. So I'm like, okay, why not? Let me do a follow-up video just to tell you my experience and suggest how you can do it. Okay, so this video is basically sharing a bit of my experience and then telling you, suggesting how, okay, this is one or two tips that can help you, pay the balance of your school fees in due time. Okay, so yes guys, disregard how I look, no earring, my hair is a mess. In fact, if you have suggestion on what to do to my hair, please tell me, because I'm tired of making this hair and I don't even want to cut it. I cannot dreadlock it. I don't want to loosen this one to make something reasonable. My friend has told me, oh, buy attachment and come, let me do it for you. I still don't, like, I'm just tired of the hair on my head. I have wigs I can't even wear, because why? So if you have suggestion on what to do with my hair, or whatever it is that I can do to this hair, please tell me in the comment section. Okay, so let's get straight into that. So first of all, if you've not watched that video about I made about working 20 hours and paying your school fees, I think you should just watch it before you see this one, because it gives you a clearer insight on every other thing I'm about to talk about. Okay, so yeah, I am a January intake. Yeah, the way they call it, I'm a January intake. That means I enrolled for my course in January, and my school gave me a deadline of May 30th. That was when my deadline was. Okay, so but I came into the country in February, and yeah, by the end of February I think I paid about £1,000. I wasn't working then, but I paid like £1,000 by the end of February. So mind you, I was, if or I still am sort of, not, I was a freelance writer, and that was like what I did to save up what the money I used to Japan, all of that. Okay, so when I came, I was still working with some clients, and I was trying to like disengage them, because of course now I'm in the UK, I'm studying, and under your student visa you can't be a freelancer. Okay, you're not allowed to be a freelancer. So from some of my savings and all of that, I was able to pay like £1,000 by the end of February. Like I said, I was not working, and God so kind, I was with my brother, so I wasn't paying rent. So it wasn't a case of, oh, you made some money and so out of the money you now remove your rent. I wasn't paying rent, I wasn't feeding. Basically the only thing I was doing was transport. Okay, so yeah, I was able to pay like £1,000 in February. In March, my earnings had come down, plus the fact that, oh, okay, I already like let go of some of my clients. I wasn't working in the UK, so my earnings had come down really so bad. I was broke. I was basically, so I think in that March and April, I paid, I think, £300 for both months. Yeah, I think so, 200 and something, I can't remember, but for each of the months the plan was just to deposit something at the end of the month, you get. So by April, towards the end of April, I had already started working, and it was good. It was good, at least. Okay, so because I moved into this house at the end of May, so everything I made from the first week of April, first week of May, and I think second week of May, I sent it to school. That was like weekly. So you get, so I was sending money from that April weekly to the school. And yeah, by the end of May, I had already moved in here. So my last 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks in May, that's what I used to pay my rent. Now I feel like the major boost, aside the summer, the major boost for me was in May and June, because if you check that video I did where I talked about my day as a teaching assistant, you notice that I was working with two agencies on some days, not every day anyways, on some days. So on the days where I worked with two agencies, I was literally doing 8 hours a day. Okay, and the good thing about the first agency I used to work with them was, when you work for 2 hours, they pay you for half a day. When you work 3 hours, they still pay you for half a day. When you work anything above 4 hours, they pay you for full day. I'll explain. So for instance, if I do 2 hours, they pay me for 4 hours. 4 hours is half day. The full day is 8 hours, like normal 9 to 5, you get. So if I work for 4 hours, they pay me 4 hours. If I work for 3 hours, they pay me for 4 hours. If I work for 2 hours, they pay me for 4 hours. Anyways, I'm blabbing. The cocoa is that I get paid either half day or full day. So when I do the half day, I could do the other agency at half day. So half day makes it full day. On some lucky days where I work full day here and half day here. So May and June were like it was a really good month for me, because I made I would say so much money, but I made money from 2 different agencies, and I was able to, of course, get paid, and I was paying weekly. Yes, I was paying weekly. You know, here mostly they pay you weekly, especially if you work with agencies. Okay, so I was paying weekly. Of course, after removing my rent and removing my transport, removing my feeding, I was sending in money to school weekly. So by July was really dry. I did not, school had closed, or schools were rounding off, so not much shift. So everything I had for the month of July, I used it to feed and I used it to pay my rent. So I didn't pay any money to Leeds Beckett University in July. I think it was that annoyance that first week of August they just blocked my account, like straight up. They're like, this girl no serious. I mean, I told you my deadline was May 30th, and before then they had sent several emails. We will block your account, we will lock your account, you will report it to the Home Office, with all those kind of mails. Like, initially I was scared, but I'm like, I'm not scared. Like, I'm not owing you guys big money. Then I think when they locked it in August, I had like 3,400 balance to pay. Okay, I like, in my mind I'm like, it's not a big money. I sent them an email that, please, can you unlock my account? I would pay the balance by the end of September, before school resumes for the second semester. They say no, they're not opening until you pay full. So I just left them. Okay, so August was like a breakthrough month, because that was when I started working full time, and I was now paying back to back in August. Okay, and then God even smiled on me, because what I did was a cover sheet for someone who went on a holiday. So by the end of August, when I thought that, oh, okay, my job was going to end, then I called and said, oh, please, can you extend for 2 more weeks, because the person said he had issues with visas and could not come back to the UK as at when she's supposed to come back. So they extended it for 2 weeks. So I now worked 2 more weeks in September. That was when I now paid like the balance from, like, okay, well, this video is not about me. Basically, it's just me giving you, our admonishing you how you can do yours. Okay, so I'll just go straight into how can you pay the balance of your school fees by working 20 hours. What are some of the things that helped me that you can also imbibe and then pay? Okay, so the first thing I want you to know is that you may not pay within the deadline. Like me, like I said, I finished paying in September, but my deadline was in May. You may not finish paying it in deadline. That's like a statement of fact, especially if you are not a January intake that had luxury of summer job and all of that. So don't beat yourself too much when the deadline is closed and you have not finished paying. All you have to do is to liaise with the school, know how the school operate, tell them basically just know how to liaise with the school, so that when that time comes, they are not totally rash, they are not, and try to always pay something every week. Well, if you don't have a job, there's no way you can do it. But basically, let me just go straight. I'm already blabbing. I don't know how to talk. So what people have accused me of talking too much on. I don't know. But let me go straight. The first point I have for you is that you should not select jobs. Okay. So they know they tell person this one, really. This is me just saying. If you come to the UK, there's something, even before coming to the UK, I always say, I cannot pick a job. I cannot pick a. Well, during the heat of that summer, when the summer was there and I had not found a full-time job, I was open to anything. At that point, if a care home had messaged me, oh, please, can you do a care, I will run to care. If even jobs that I naturally would not do had come at that time, if opportunities like that had come, I would still do it. So do not select jobs. If you're doing a particular job and a better opportunity comes, leave that one and go for that better opportunity. I know this sounds like, oh, you are being greedy, start a place, but that's just the basic life. That's the life of a student, especially someone who is hustling, someone who is trying to make ends meet, someone who has school fees to pay. You get, so you will not say, oh, this people are treating me so nice, this is where I will stay here, and then maybe there they don't give you complete hours, or they don't pay as much. Maybe you're earning like 12, 20 here, and you see another opportunity for 13. You're now scared, oh, I don't want to leave. There's no such loyalty. After all, you are a temporary worker. You get, it's not a permanent role. It's not a fixed term role. It's a temporary role. So as you are here and you see a better opportunity, move. As you are there and you see a better opportunity, move. And of course, do not select jobs. The second thing I have to tell you is, you say this 20 hours thing, yeah? It is you that keeps tabs of it, not your agency or the people you work with. Yes, they'll ask for your share code. Yes, they'll ask for your rights to work, but it is you that keep tabs of your hours. Okay, so my agency, every week they'll ask you, please confirm your availability. Even when you tell them I'm available from Monday to Friday, they will not tell you, but you're a student and you can only work 20 hours. It is you, like I said, that keeps tabs. So in essence, what I'm saying is, if you see more than hours, grab it. Now here's the thing, it's okay, or I'm not advising you to do more than you get, but if you must do it with your sense. Like, don't overdo it. Some people will now when you now overdo, that's when you now raise brows. Like you now raise by home office go like, a student, how can you be making this much as a student? You get, especially when that job requires you to input your NI, and they are saying your earnings are too much for a student. You get, so just use your wisdom to do something. Don't overdo it. Some people overdo it that they don't even come to classes. That's when you now get into trouble. Another advice I have is for you to cut down on your cost of living. See, this UK, there's a lot to enjoy here. There are beautiful stores where you can get good clothes, good bags, good shoes, to look good, to wear fine wristwatches, see life beautiful things of life. They finish, they ever finish. So if you're somebody that you want to always dress nice, you want to, every day you are buying clothes, every day you're buying hair, you're buying this, you cannot pay except of course you have support. Maybe you have family supporting you, or you have a partner supporting you. Good luck to you. But if it's just you doing your thing, close your eyes to the beautiful things in the UK, because there are a lot fine fancy restaurants, Chinese restaurant, Japanese restaurant, Thai, all those things there. And like I said, beautiful things they ever finish. There's no time in life that they would ever exhaust. So close your eyes to those beautiful things and focus on pain. Okay, cut down on cost as much as possible. If you have a relative that doesn't have problem with you staying in the house, yes, it's uncomfortable, especially as an adult, to live with another adult. But if you have someone who is okay with you staying with them, just stay there. I promise you. Let them ask you to wash the plates, clean the house every day. It is better than paying £400 or £450 every month. Because if you check that £450, that will be, you will go a long way in paying your school fees. So after you are done paying your school fees, you can now plan your life, you can now move out of the house. But like I said, if they are not disturbing you there, or you have somewhere you can share a room with someone and pay a lower, stay there. To be very, very honest, just stay there. Cut down on costs as much as possible. Don't buy luxuries, don't buy clothes. Like I said, that's how I've been managing. I just take out once I just pay to lead Beckett, I take out my transport, I take out my feeding, and that's all. Like, I really have nothing for the rest of the week. So it's just me and the food I cooked. It's just me, the food I cooked, and the transport I'll use to go to work. That's all. Okay, so cut down on costs as much as you can. Next thing is to target cash at hand jobs. Now, they are not as common or very prominent here, but low-key you can find. So at some point I was looking for them, but I didn't see. But a lot of people suggested to me that, oh, most African stores always do that have that kind of arrangement. So if you have African stores around you, can just walk into those stores to ask and all of that. And then if you have stadiums too, like in Leeds, there's very big Leeds stadium. So whenever they have matches, and it's usually weekends, so if you work Monday to Fridays, you could do those day jobs. Those ones, they pay you cash and they pay by like. So if you work today, for instance, on a Saturday, they pay you for that Saturday job. Sunday, the same thing, they pay you. So all those £100 you take here, £80, you know, those are weekend jobs. So those little cash you can use to sustain yourself. You can use it as external sustenance, or you can also add to whatever it is you have to pay your fees. Another thing is to stay wicked. Don't give anybody, don't send money to anybody in Nigeria, or to any. See, the only person you should send money to are your parents. That's if your parents depend on you. You know, there are people whose parents still work, they are still in active service. They would understand. Just say, mommy or daddy, don't be angry. Manage what you have. I can't send you money for now until I'm done paying my school fees. Stay wicked. Like I said, the only people you should send money to are your parents. That is if they are dependent on you. If your parents still work and still earn money, or you have elder siblings or whatever that still send them money, Kwechiri, then the worst is all these random people that will tell you, oh, send me this, or my goat picking died, this one, this happened. See, stay weak. Sometimes when people actually just say, hey, how far now, if it's 10k, just help me with 10k, I'll just be looking at you, because the money in my account, say maybe on that day when you're even talking that thing, only £1 in my account, or £2, sometimes £0. I'm just looking at it like, even if I wanted to give you, where would the money come from? Where would the money? And even if I say, okay, let me plan next week to give you, by the time I remove, oh, how much am I giving Leeds Beckett today? This is what I remove. I remove my transport, I remove my feeding. There is nothing left, you get? So don't say, oh, 10k is around £20, £10 is around 20k, so let me just send. It's a lie. Keep that £10 in your account, £5, even £2. Keep. I say be stingy. In fact, let me add, be wicked. Okay, Kwechiri, don't throw out money. Even £5, £2, all those things are very important. If you check out all the £10 you throw around, see, people, once they have heard, oh, this person is in the UK, oh, this person, requests will come, things will start happening to them. You think it's a joke, things will start happening. In fact, somebody will tell you, don't post that much, because when you post that much, people will now think that I will post what I want to post. You beg me, I don't have. And the worst is I don't even explain why I don't have. Oh, please, can you help me with? I'll just tell you, type, I don't have money, full stop. I'm not explaining. I'm not even telling you I work part-time. I'm not telling you I don't have money. I'm not telling you I have school fees to pay. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, this person's problem is 10K. Try now. Wow, you own better. Your problem is 10,000 naira. My own runs in millions. And if I give you the 10,000 naira, the millions that I'm in debt, who won't pay my debt? You get? So be stingy, stay wicked. Another trick is to come as a January intake. Now, if you're already here in September, okay, of course, this is not for you. But for people who are watching this video who are already not in the UK or planning to come in the UK, target January intake. And now it's not just January intake. Target schools that go on long summer break. Okay, so my school, for instance, goes on a 3-month summer break. So this means that within 3 months you can work full time. So if you are very lucky, from June, July, August, and maybe the 2 weeks in September, you can start working full time. So even if, okay, by May you are not able to meet up, if you start working full time for 3 months, trust me, you can pay your school fees. So like I said, this is not for the September guys, because already they are here, life has started. But if you're in Nigeria listening to me right now, you're in any part of Africa, any part of the world basically listening to me, just know that your best bet is to come at a time when you can work during summer. And that's one thing. Also target schools that give long summer breaks, because it would help you. Okay, yeah. So yes, this is basically how I was able to do it. Mind you, a lot of discouragement will come. People will say it's not possible, you can't do it. But I'm somebody always open to possibilities. Anything is possible. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it, because you get. So anyways, if you have more questions, you can ask in the comment section, and I'll try as much as I can to answer it. Like I said, this is how I did mine, and I hope I will soon start hearing testimonies. I finished paying my fees, oh, I'm done paying my fees, oh. I want to really start hearing testimonies. Anyways, thank you guys for coming to my video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have not liked this video, please like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!